Welcome to ESO news and getting the things all in check are kind of something that's going on is a good thing. As we have a mystery day here in Elder Scrolls. As you might have been wondering earlier, was it Chronicle? What is the Seals of Endeavor? What is the seal? You could say seal sounds like art, 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 art. What's in that crown crate? Is that seal in that crown crate? I was looking over in the Dead Discord in Elder Scrolls Online. This is really, really fun stuff to look in there. Will the dead become living? That will be seen here shortly. Hopefully you're having a good drive, wherever you're driving to. Remember, stay tuned and you will learn much as I have for you. Something like that. Anyway, we have a new crown crate coming in here tomorrow to where you guys want to be very excited about. Clap, do clap. You can do clap. New crown crate. No crown crate. No crown crate. Now you can be on. You can sit the kid on the saddle. You're like, no crown crate. No crown crate. No crown crate. I want SpaghettiOs in my crown crate. So, I'm going to take a really quick break here as today of what you will receive by just logging into your account today, you will get a mystery reward. Make sure you're logged in. And we'll be right back. Just got back. And in this segment of ESO news, we're going to discuss the need for the necessary preparatory school for getting involved in the game before you do get in the game. And so what I'm going to be looking into is some of the materials that we need. We need something to drink. We need some game fuel. Now, what good possible sweet roll, or candy will you use getting ready for a game? Well, we will obviously want Elder Scrolls candy. So we're going to look into have the trusty old mandolin going in where we have the crown crate. The mandolin is going to go into the crown crate today. So you see what I'm saying? Like the mandolin is going to go into the crown crate. So we're gonna, before we get involved with the mandolin getting into the crown crate, we have to look at what we're going to possibly receive here in the future of what crown crate. The new crown crates coming in here tomorrow is going to be the Gloomspore crown crates. Absolutely beautiful. And so, what candy do we have available in Elder Scrolls? Well, let's take a look. So I'm just going to go over to duckduckgo.com. And let's see if you guys see the duck. We need the duck. So we have the duck. The duck is up. Come on, duck. Come on, duck. You can use search without being tracked. Nah, we're all tracked anyway, so I'm going to type in here Elder Scrolls candy. So we have for Elder Scrolls candy, the first that comes up is the online food recipes, the ESO provisioning recipe master list, in the Tamriel Journal, the Bewitched Sugar Skulls. I was going over to School Tooth here earlier. How is Sweet Roll gonna help us live? Well, this is just not a game. This is something for us to be able to live. So there's 277 food recipes to be collected. You can check it out over on UESP. It's an awesome thing when we know what candy we're going to have available in the store. Are you going to go over to ElderScrollsOnline.com and find some Elder Scrolls candy to buy from the store? That's possible. So, Elder Scrolls candy for sale. See what we have. I've never looked into this before. So we do have the Tamriel Trade Center. I have never been in the Tamriel Trade Center. That doesn't look like just. You know what I'm saying? Now, Amazon better have something. Elder Scrolls candy for sale on Amazon. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go over into Amazon here by typing in the Amazon.com Elder Scrolls. I'm not sure what's going to come up just yet. All right. So we have on Amazon here Elder Scrolls candy. No, we just can't have a picture or a calendar. That's not candy. We want the real thing. It's like a candy bar or candy gummy. Everyone likes the gummy candy. I do. Just looking at some sugar dusted jellies for all ages aren't going to do it. That's not a substitute. You can't go to the movie theater, Elder Scrolls movie theater, and buy the sugar, the booger dusted jellies for all ages. That doesn't work. You might get Hermaeus Mora coming out of those orange worms that you might see. Like, I know. So we're going to look here a little bit further. Can you see it? Can you see it? Oh yeah. So we have the foreign candy company, world's largest gummy game controller candy. Comes in blue raspberry. You gonna eat your controller? Is that a PlayStation controller? They don't want to write what game controller that is. You just it's the blue Raz Gamer. Mm-hmm. But who is the blue Raz Gamer with? Mm-hmm. Is the blue Raz Gamer with PlayStation? Or is the blue Raz Gamer with Xbox? Is the blue Raz Gamer with Steam? Mm-hmm. We don't see anything about what if Xbox is in the big yummy gummy. This doesn't look appealing. You know why? Because it doesn't say Elder Scrolls. Like, it doesn't have any Elder Scrolls characters. See, we got a giant gummy cola bottle that you can eat, but that doesn't tell you that you're getting involved in Elder Scrolls. You can get a Haribo Happy Cola gummy candy, stickers, but it doesn't involve Elder Scrolls. We need an Elder Scrolls gummy candy. Oh, sure, you can get the Haribo Vampire set of gummy candy. So going down further down, what we have is Haribo Happy Cola. And where's the Haribo Elder Scrolls gummy? If we don't have any of the Elder Scrolls Haribo candy, we're just going to be looking like we're eating worms. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! We have the eye-popping gummies. Well, where's this eye-popping gummies going to the Jolly Puffers? How does the Jolly Puffers knows that eye-popping gummies is playing Elder Scrolls? They might be playing Bliss Live, or they might just be playing gummy candies. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna leave this on here. Let's get some Elder Scrolls gummies. That sounds really good. Have you ever thought about eating a sword? I have. So where's the mandolin gonna bite? Where's the mandolin gonna chew? We obviously got the mandolin. The mandolin doesn't care if the mandolin is eaten. So, do we have Steam gummies? I'm partial towards Steam, so you're kind of catching my drift of where I am. There is Sweet Dreams, Dream Gummies. You could be dreaming about playing Skyblivion, or you're thinking about the next chapter of Gold Road. And you're like, I've got to get some melatonin in my body. Skyblivion will give you true sleep. So, go to PlayStation gummies. So we have the Big Yummy Gummy controller. We have the Space Invaders gummies. Comes in a 4-pack. For plenty of your gaming night. Or you might even be able to build yourself a joystick thumbstick grip cover gummy. You're not going to want to put it on your actual controller. Those gummies are kind of sticky. So you might be thinking about while you're playing, like, yum. I like these gummies. But then you forget to wash your hands. Like, oh, what? And then another person, like, here you can play on this controller. The controller's sticky. So we have we don't have Steam or PlayStation gummies. Oh, now this looks like a possibility. Look at this. The PS5 controller grip cover, Gen FAI anti-slip silicone skin protective cover case for PlayStation 5 dual sense wireless. Would you eat a grip controller cover gummy? I would. It might be funny. And this doesn't work. With the skin compatible with Sony PlayStation 3, PS3 Slim Plus 2 controllers, gummy bears. Gummy bears aren't part of the PlayStation controller. They're just gummy bears. There is Tetris gummies. So what about Xbox gummies? looks like a big seller for the gummies is the Big Yummy Gummy by the Foreign Candy Company. It's a gummy controller. Can you find the gummy controller? Looks like only comes in blue raspberry. Give you the raspberries. Now there is a chocolate video game controller. Comes in as a 2-pack. A chocolate gummy. Mm. I'm not sold on the gummies just yet. And looks like we do have a something coming in here for the upcoming special event that you might be gathering to with the Game on Valentine Gummy Candy Remote. I'm not buying the Game on Valentine Gummy Candy Remote because I don't have a special player with me. So get your game on somewhere else because I'm waiting. Now this looks very 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 good. You can get the JVC Gummy Gamer. You can get earbud headphones with with a mic, remote, and mute switch for gaming and chatting. Very powerful sound. What do you think when you're chewing on the earbud gummy? What kind of sound is gonna come out? Comes in 3 colors: black, blue, and red. I'm just not seeing this yet. So we're gonna have to go into further investigation with the mandolin. So as you get ready to prepare with the mandolin, as we prepare to get Elder Scrolls gummies, let's pray. So this is the current mandolin in 3D. Have you prayed? Does the gummy make the crackling sound? I'm not gonna put the 3D up near the screen. We have the gummy crown crate secured. Now you need protective agents for your player. So prepare little Elder Scrolls players. And what do we have here? Looks like a fish. Where in Tamriel do you see? Do you see Cyrodiil? You see where Lips and Tarn is. You see where Skyrim is. Let's go into the game. So, going there, Mandolin is going in to search Tamriel. It's sharp. It's sharp. I know, Mandolin. You're just minor. And the mandolin is in. I'm gonna let the mandolin. Can you hear your player sizzling inside of the game? What kind of alchemical recipe is being built here? So have you thought about where you can find some blue gloss? It's in the game. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know yet. It's just yet. It's gonna come out of this recipe. So what's going to come out of the gloom spore here today? Mandolin's riding on Liebel right now. Singing here. I'm gonna take a quick break. Hopefully, to see here what to make sure that the volcanic vents over in High Isle, the volcanoes don't erupt to going over into the next chapter. I'll be right back. Have you ever wondered if a gummy would dissipate completely and disappear? Do you think the Elder Scrolls sword would disappear in near 3D? I'll check. So the baby spaceship is still running. We have little time remaining, as we have about an hour and a half before we part ways. Again, we meet at 7 p.m. in Elder Scrolls Land. Where will you choose to be at 7? Will you be in High Isle? Or will you be in Necrom? Will you be in Sky Oblivion? Until then, we will look to the Glum Spore. Just got back and going to start playing the update 41 game. This is a sweet thing that is awesome. It's over here in ElderScrollsOnline.com, and this is gonna show us a connection. Building us a connection in Elder Scrolls. It's gonna be some sweet stuff. Whether you're playing over an Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam, that's gonna be the key principle on you guys getting a connection. Both Twitch and Epic Games are a great connection that build upon the three consoles that you just heard. We're now here getting into the update 41 game here by pressing the account button. Getting in there. Trying to sign in, you're like probably on your console. I can't sign in. I can't sign in. And so what we have to look towards is Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, Twitch, and Epic Games. These are the 5 main branches of Elder Scrolls. This is an important thing for us to be getting logged in into the system. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just type in my username and password, and this is going to build a connection. And you can do this as well. If you're online right now, if you're just watching, that's great too. This is great for learning, and this is going to help you grow in the Elder Scrolls universe. Right now we're connected here into ElderScrollsOnline.com. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to scroll down, and in the future I want to see you guys logging in the same way. If you're getting further on in Elder Scrolls, if you're just a regular player, just log into your console that you play in every day. You don't have to go in through the entire network. This is just a daily routine that helps us develop a better connection in Elder Scrolls. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the Vesta link, and we're going to see if we are logged in over in Vesta. And not logged in anymore. The system has automatically logged in, or another company member has logged off the system, just for various reasons. So if you don't see the side of your Vesta account logged in, don't worry too much, because the company has to reset some things from time to time. When the company goes into maintaining the servers, it takes some time, and sometimes the system has to be reset. And when it gets reset, sometimes the accounts, they get logged off because the system has been set in idle for a little while. Over here in Vesta, the actual server actually stays online for a very long time. Stays a lot longer than over on ElderScrollsOnline.com. What we have to do is we have to strive towards getting better connected. And this is one way to where we can become more connected. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to log into Vesta, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over into ElderScrollsOnline.com. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to check out and see if you guys see the same thing as AMD's FSR3 comes to Starfield. Beautiful thing. Was checking out Amazon Prime here yesterday. Starfield was not in Amazon. The only thing that was available for us to see, and what I might do here in a little bit, is I'm going to see if Fallout actually plays. Not directly do we want to see Fallout being played on the screen from an Elder Scrolls standpoint. When you actually discuss something and you present something, if you are presenting multiple games that are outside, maybe you are presenting Elder Scrolls and then you are presenting another gaming system, that doesn't work. You always have to stay in one place. Now, if you were specifically presenting Starfield, just Starfield, you're going to want to present everything Starfield. Starfield does have a connection with Elder Scrolls because Starfield has a connection with Besta, and Besta has a connection with Elder Scrolls. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that these games are playable. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the search button and going to type in Elder Scrolls Online and going to go back into ElderScrollsOnline.com. Go into the third game series of Elder Scrolls Online. Right in here, going to search by typing in Elder Scrolls Online, and this will take us over back to ElderScrollsOnline.com, and we're going to see if ElderScrollsOnline.com is logged in. This is an important thing for us to showing a connection in the net side and the com side. This is an important thing for us showing a connection because we wouldn't be able to be connected otherwise. As you see, there's some delicate procedures that have to be done, and this is what is being done to connect the intricate wires throughout the internet. When you see this kind of stuff, you'll kind of understand. When you log in, you might be a little confused as to why your screen switches over on a tab, such as your Android or your iPhone. That's just the way the system is. When you look at the two main computerized systems in the world, such as Apple and Microsoft, this is what happens. When you log in to a site, the server has one computer. See what I'm saying? If the server is a Microsoft device, well, we're looking towards being connected with Microsoft devices. Now, if the server is an Apple computer, well, we're looking at where we have to look at Apple components, Apple things. And so right over here, I'm going to click on the account button here in the Update 41 game, as the Update 41 is being presented as the current for the multiple things that are being updated throughout the Elder Scrolls universe. So I clicked on the account button, there it goes. To see that the account is logged. This is truly shows as a connection between the net side and the com side. This wouldn't have been made possible without both Besta and Zos. When you understand Elder Scrolls, the terminology of Scrolls, you'll understand a little bit more, and you'll understand who's coming in and who is going out. You see what I'm saying? Besta and Zos are both connected, and what we have to understand who controls the com side and who controls the net side. Besta is controlling the net side, whereas Zos is controlling the com side. So what we have to do is we have to have a better understanding of how these connections are related to both branches of the company. Right here, we are logged into ElderScrollsOnline.com, which is a blessing. Looking in here earlier, with linking up the last link in ElderScrollsOnline.com, this is just recent new information that has just come in here for ElderScrollsOnline.com. ElderScrollsOnline.com is completely connected. This is a blessing to actually see, as we have the 6 major components linked up here for ElderScrollsOnline.com. If you are a regular player, this is going to be meaningless for you to link up every system. What I'm explaining, I had seen some previous posts of Amazon in ElderScrollsOnline.com, and I was sitting there while I was reading. I was like, what does Amazon have to do with ElderScrollsOnline.com? There isn't much of a connection, but it is an important connection for us to be connected to Amazon, because Amazon is the withholders of the music songs that go throughout the entire game series of Elder Scrolls. So I have to kind of explain that. Amazon Prime is a new program that has just been recently launched. You might sit there and like, how long has Prime been available? Well, Prime's been around for quite a while, but has the new program has just been launched. So this is a great thing for us to understand. For our screens to work, we need to be linked up. And when you are linked up in one individual console, you're doing society a great deed by being logged in and paying a monthly fee each month. And so you might go into elderscrollsonline.com, and you might look at the stuff like there's a lot of technical information, because there is a lot of technical information. When you just get into elderscrollsonline.com, you're going to look at all this information like, I don't understand any of that. And so by watching this every day, this will help you learn a little bit more about Elder Scrolls and how the company works. This is an awesome thing. Twitch, Amazon, Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, and Epic Games are all connected. Now, when we see on the main login screen, Twitch is one of those places that is seen in the login screen. And that's an important thing for us to understand how the login screens are working. You don't have to completely understand. When I'm looking in here of why the music has why the sound has stopped, not for sure why. I did not press the button. However, I'm going to press this again. Now, kind of wondering why that had stopped. Is there a timer? Is there a timer of how long a button lasts, like within the cell? That's a good question, and something good to study, as like how long things stay online. When you're watching a broadcast like this, you're understanding that your cell is going to stay constant, continual. That's what we want, and I want you guys to watch ESO news every day, so you have a better connection in your device. When you're logged in and you're able to chat in a place like YouTube or Twitch, you're actually growing your device. Without the communications of chatting, we won't be able to work the system like a device is supposed to work. And so on a deeper level, you guys want to make sure that you're logged in so you can chat in Twitch and YouTube. Even though YouTube doesn't have a link, YouTube is an important part of Elder Scrolls, because that actually builds a bridge for us where we can get into different communication sites. That's an awesome thing, seeing here how the system is completely logged in. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over and switch the screen, and I'm going to look into Prime Gaming on what we have available for Amazon. So going over here, got the screen switched over. Gonna see if you guys can see the same thing that I see. I find it important that we all see the same thing and we have the same understanding. When we have the same understanding, we're gonna go into the system. We're going to completely work on the system. So what I'm explaining for those of you guys getting into just one console, because that's going to be an important thing. Because I might come up to you later on in life. I'm going to ask you, do you know how to do this? I'm hoping that you do know how to do this. It's an important thing for you to get more understanding in your console. If it's an Xbox, that's a great thing. I want to make sure that you guys are competent in your Xbox on how your Xbox is running. I've worked on many Xboxes throughout the years. Going back over to the Xbox 360, running the Xbox currently in current technology, what I'm going to suggest is running your Xbox for no more than 2 hours. The reason why, if you go over 2 hours, quite possibly your device cells inside of your Xbox will overheat. And so what I'm talking about with overheating, when you get into the game and when you get into Elder Scrolls a little bit more, you're going to like be engrossed in the game, and you're not going to want to quit. And that's the important thing to understand, having a group to be with you and to understand when it's time to quit, when it's time to stop the game. And then you can play the game later on, but what I'm suggesting is to play no longer than 2 hours, because that will help your device replenish the cells inside. When on a computer component, when a device is ran for too long, the connections, kind of like when you saw over on the screen from before with the link things such as Amazon, Twitch, Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, and Epic Games. If you are running your Xbox and you have a connection that you're connected with Epic Games, for example, if your Xbox is an example Microsoft component, and the Epic Games server is an Apple that's being used as a server, well, there's going to be some minor issues that have to be looked into. And so when I'm talking about the difference between Apple and Microsoft, those are two computerized different programs. The coding is not the same thing. The same thing that we see on the screen, the companies work endlessly to get the information to where we see the same thing. When we don't have the same types of information, we're not going to be able to see the information on the screen. And so what I'm talking about with getting connected over here into Amazon, this is bringing a better connection for us to seeing Elder Scrolls games here in Amazon Prime. This is a wonderful thing. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to refresh the screen to see that we are logged in. I haven't done this before, so this is a good thing to see firsthand. I'm hoping that there will be live streamers here in the future in Amazon Prime. This is going to help out the company tremendously, and those of you that are looking to get into streaming Elder Scrolls, this is going to be a great avenue to where you guys can get involved, and that is starting out with Fallout connection from Vesta, and this is going to take some time, because it almost seems like Vesta has an Apple computer as the main server, whereas ElderScrollsOnline.com has a Microsoft device as the main computerized component for connecting, showing us a connection between Apple and Microsoft. This does show a connection. So what I'm talking about, listening to myself talk right now, it looks like Vesta is using Apple in the net side, whereas Zos is using Microsoft for you guys to see on ElderScrollsOnline.com. So going in here into the Fallout game here in Amazon Prime, I'm going to click here on the claim button. I don't know what this is going to do. However, are we gonna see the game? So it says right here with the Prime Gaming Fallout post-nuclear role-playing game. I'm not going to play Fallout like every day. No, I'm not going to get totally involved in Fallout. So some of you guys might be a diehard Fallout player. The reason why we need Fallout is because we need a connection for Elder Scrolls. Beta is the ones that need to get the games played. Once the company sees the game played, we're seeing the system work to where we can get into ESO. We can get ESO running live on Amazon Prime Gaming. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click the get game. This looks like a really good thing through Amazon Prime. Fallout is literally the only Besta game available. Uh, Says you received a code to redeem Fallout. So I don't know what these codes are or whatnot, but don't use this code if you do see this and you do know how to get into the system. If you haven't paid for the game, such as if you have not paid for a monthly membership, you cannot get in. You might be able to play the game, but the company is gonna find you, and so I'm gonna copy the code here. I don't know what code can only this is brand new to me, so I have no idea what this stuff does. The code can only be redeemed once and expires after offer ends. So what do I do next? It says here download and install the GOG Galaxy app. Windows PC only. Open GOG Galaxy. So it looks like GOG is the ones that for here through Amazon Prime. This doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, guys, because you would think that Prime would be available right on the system. So how are we getting connected over to Fallout? Well, it looks like GOG is the place that from the code that is being used, that when you have an Amazon Prime membership, you're going to get that code to where you can use in GOG. What the heck? Click on the gear icon in the top left of the app, click Add Games and Friends, and then click on Redeem GOG Code. Number 4, enter the code you received from Amazon Prime Gaming. Number 5, install and enjoy Fallout. GOG Galaxy app. So I'm going to go over here into Google Play. I'm going to check out the GOG Galaxy app. So it looks like this is the actual game app that's available for Amazon Prime. And this will help us set up for the app for ESO. Do you see what I'm saying? We need the GOG app from Amazon Prime to where we can play ESO here in the future. Okay. Looks like here GOG Galaxy 2.0 app, GOG Galaxy 2.0 launcher, GOG Galaxy 2.0. So this looks like we're getting kind of into like Starfield type of stuff. Okay, in here I am seeing, it says right here, good old GOG by Chthonic Soft is what's here in the system. Mm. So, what is for 2.0? And it looks like the good old GOG is the one that needs to be is going to be downloaded here for Amazon Prime. That's a lot of information to take in. And like, why does Amazon Prime go over to GOG? That doesn't really make sense. Going over to why Amazon doesn't just have the game available to be played on Amazon. So good old GOG, it is looking like it's 6.96 megabytes of memory. So if you're looking to get Amazon Prime and then going over and being able to play Fallout, you're gonna be putting in 6.96 megabytes of memory in your device. That's a lot more memory than you think. So what's going on here is the system is downloading the GOG app. And we'll see how this works. This is going to be a really fun thing. Now, is there going to be any sound? Well, I think there will be some. You'll be able to see the game, but you might not be able to hear the game in this broadcast. So the important thing for us to be able to see is see the app at least. Seeing the game being played. That's the important thing for us to understand. We can download Fallout Shelter. However, it's hard to hear the sound in the app. There's more developed apps that go further in to where we can hear the sound. However, in this, I'm not for sure if this is going to produce sound for us to hear on the broadcast. This is going to be an important thing to see once this is downloaded, to where I put in the code that has been given here from Amazon Prime. Now, you do not want to use the code if that's not your account. You see what I'm saying? If you're downloading GOG Galaxy, you want to make sure you're downloading from your own account. And that's the important thing for you guys to understand, how you can't copy codes from another account. You have to actually be paying for a service. You can't get these types of things for free. And if you use the information in which you see on the internet, and you're essentially illegally playing a game. And that's not the purpose of this. The purpose is this is for you guys to be able to grow and to where you'll be able to play some Elder Scrolls games in the future. This is taking a little bit of time. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to open up the GOG Galaxy. Looks like the GOG Galaxy did download. That's a good thing. All right. So I'm going to get into the GOG. Getting into Tamriel. This is GOG. Okay. All right. Why is this taking longer? Looks like GOG's trying to get in, but GOG hasn't been able to get in just yet. All right, so this is the GOG player. This is confusing. Login required. Okay. Pressing the login button. Just it's gonna take a little bit of time to. This will be also a great thing to where we will be able to play ESO here later on. However, this looks like a more important connection for Elder Scrolls Castles. Really does, and in here to where we'll be able to play castles inside. This is gonna be a great thing. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna go off of the screen and let this perform like it's supposed to. Hopefully, you're having a good drive today. I will be right back. Just got back in here, and I have to explain how important it is for you guys to not copy code in a computerized system. There's been too many times to where there have been codes copied, and what I'm talking about in every level, I've had codes copied before, and using whether it's Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam. There's been a person who's gone into a Steam console, and that's the reason why ESO does not launch over in Steam. Okay, I'm sure the developer of here in GOG is a good person. However, what we have to do is we have to look at what's going on. This individual person that's getting inside of GOG has to understand that the development is not fully his. You see what I'm saying? When we go into computerized systems, whether it's Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam, it's not everybody's system. You see what I'm saying? If you're individually playing on an Xbox, you want to make sure that you can play the game. And if codes are copied from a thing that you have paid, you want to be able to play. And if another person is playing on your account, that doesn't grow the system. What grows the system is by you paying for your game. This is essentially paying for the eventual Elder Scrolls castles, and that's the reason why the company is so serious and legitimately. And when you realize how important it is to not copy somebody else's code, it's an important thing. I would never copy this person's code over here on GOG. The reason being is if I copied this developer's code of the developer profile, this would be me going over in as saying I am this developer of this picture. This is in a mild form. This is what's considered an icon of when you have the word developer, then you have a picture of either yourself or an animated character, whatever the icon profile picture is. That's an important thing for you to realize when you're logging into your own email. And that's why I'm explaining how important it is for you to log into your own account. There's been so many people that have logged into other people's accounts that ruins the system. That really does ruin the system. If you're logging into somebody else's account that's logged in at the same time, that's not going to work. What I'm explaining is you can be logged in at the same time with an account, but in networks, for example, in virtually every internet service, there's the availability of no more than 5 devices being logged in at the same time in a possible different sites. Do you see what I'm saying? There can be no more than 5 users that were logged into, in essence, an email. And when there's multiple users that have logged into an email, that ruins the system. Proof from the past over in High Isle, over in Stadia, the reason why Stadia got canceled is because there was too many users logging into High Isle. When you understand how important Stadia was the literal place for where players could play games such as High Isle. When you log into another person's account, this is a very serious thing, because if you're logged in and you're playing a game. So I'm logging into Stadia today, and I'm going to play High Isle. Well, that won't work because Stadia has closed down, has shut down. The reason why Stadia shut down is because there was too many users logging into the same account. You see what I'm saying? Not only my account, but other users were logging into other people's accounts, and it was ruining the system. It wasn't it ruining the system; it was people ruining the system. And so that's a testament on what you guys have to understand, the importance to where you don't log into somebody else's account. You want to make sure that you log into somebody, or you want to make sure that you log into your own account. So right here in GOG, the system is actually being prepared. There's maintenance being done, and what I'm talking about, the relation of how GOG is connected to Amazon, where Amazon is connected to ElderScrollsOnline.com. You guys want to make sure that you're connected into your own account. Right in here, this is a beautiful thing with GOG, where this is the first glimpse into seeing the system functioning on a smaller scale for Elder Scrolls. GOG is a wonderful part of Amazon, and Amazon is a wonderful part of Elder Scrolls. Even though Amazon doesn't have an icon in ElderScrollsOnline.com, Amazon is still an important part in getting us further connected in whatever game we're going to play. So, like looking over here as the maintenance is being performed, this is all we have in the system currently, as this is currently live being broadcasted. So I'm going to take this to a further level. You don't want to be logged into my account, for example. You want to be logged into your own account so you can be able to chat. As YouTube has started to grow in the chatting environment, we're able to discuss further. I've seen some live streaming in YouTube where there are over 20,000 users that have viewed a live stream. That might be true, but that might not be true. What I've seen is that users are using the system not the way the system is supposed to be used. If you see over 20,000 viewers, you don't know if there was real users, or if there was computerized users that were being used as seen as users communicating inside of the system. YouTube is a great tool for us to be able to use, to where we were able to communicate, see things on the screen, such as GOG. This is a great step for Elder Scrolls, to where we're going to be able to grow in the system. The most current problem that I'm seeing over in Elder Scrolls is ESO Hub, to where there's a possible user that is no longer in the company. And so what I'm explaining is the importance for us to understand the system protocol. What I'm talking about is in the system protocol is Apple and Microsoft. Over in Windows, Mac, and Linux, in essence, when you think of Linux, that goes both with Microsoft and Apple. When you see Windows and Mac and Linux, when you see Windows and Linux having the same error code download, you'll kind of understand how those are two different programs. Now, over in ESO Hub, I had transmitted earlier the malfunction, and I had transferred the file over for ESO Hub, to where we can get the system running better, where you guys can see it both on Microsoft and Apple, because we need Linux to actually function properly. Right in here individually in GOG, this is part of what's called the Linux system, to where we can get both Apple and Microsoft working. We need the system to work more properly. The maintenancing is going on right now. When you click on the button here, if you have downloaded the GOG app, as you have seen this just downloaded, you're going to understand how the system is not working yet because the system is being maintenance. This individual developer might be the person that is maintaining the system. This individual developer might not be the individual that is maintaining the system. Most likely, there's there's a there's multiple people that are working towards getting GOG running as maintaining just as much as Elder Scrolls is working endlessly to get the games further into the system. When we look over in the Amazon Prime, this is more information as I'm starting to understand a little bit more, and this is going to be better information imparted and introduced for you guys to understand. This is going to help us understand a lot more to where we can play the smaller games, such as Elder Scrolls Castles, and understanding the importance of being logged into your own account. That's the important part to understand. If you're going over into Facebook, for example, and you're logging into somebody else's account, that's doing you no good. That's when a person finds out that you have logged into their account, they're going to be upset at you. And what I'm talking about, if you are just logging into somebody else's account to see what they have written, that is going to get you into trouble. That's either going to get you sent over into prison, or that's going to get you into a fight with another person. So when I'm talking about being logged into your own account, that will create less fights. And so what I'm talking about with Stadia is there have been multiple users that have illegally logged in previously. So this is kind of a warning for you guys to not log into somebody else's account. Nobody wants somebody else that they don't know logging into their account. If you see information like you have recently seen as the code being available for Fallout, this is the same thing as the code going in for Elder Scrolls Castle or even ESO. See, we need the ESO app to function, and this is a related app to the ESO app. This is going to allow us to enjoy and play the games that we love in Elder Scrolls. Right in here on the information here saying use JSON reader.set lenium true to accept malformed JSON at path money sign. Right over here, the system is being maintained. Look like 1 a.m. I'm not sure if it's the universal time zone going on to where GOG is being maintained, but ESO is regularly maintained, and we were just in the update 41 game that we're playing. You're going to start to understand how important it is to understand how maintenance is an important thing to where we can input the information, as this goes further into the system in a more of a technical manner of what you see these JSON, like JSON files that are produced. The system of what I've gotten into further in Elder Scrolls, I've seen some of these JSON files, and these JSON files are an important thing for business, for where information files can be transferred, where not only we can make money, but we can send money as well. This is an important thing for you guys to understand, that we need to get ESO Hub working more properly, as it has been seen in the system, to where when you download ESO Hub for the editor, the editor part of the site for ESO Hub, the two error codes are being downloaded as the same error codes. When we have two sets of error codes, we can start working to where we can produce the desired effect that we're looking for. What I'm talking about with the Windows Windows download and the Linux download. When we have a different set for Mac, we'll be able to design the different sets for both Microsoft and Apple. So hopefully this is understood a little bit more as we're furthering into GOG from Amazon Prime. This is a very misunderstood thing, a very complex nature of what's seen in here. The login system is a very complex thing, and when you look in here on how important it is to not copy somebody else's code, you're going to get yourself into trouble if you actually copy somebody else's code in which they have paid for a program. You don't want to get yourself into trouble, and so I'm explaining this, and it's a good warning for you when you get in. You might be able to log into somebody else's account, but don't do it. What I'm explaining, if you are logged into somebody else's account, say you have an Xbox, and you say, hey buddy, what's your email and password? And then some people they'll give you they'll give you their email, but that's not right. What I'm explaining, if you are using an Xbox the same time as another user that has an Xbox with their account, and you're using their account on another Xbox, that really ruins the system. And so what I'm explaining, the importance for you guys to not copy someone else's code. That's an important thing. It will seriously grow the system. So I have to explain that more and more and more, so more understanding is available so we can fix the issues that we're seeing inside of the system. It looks like we got a little bit, maybe a 15-minute window to before the segment is done here. Hopefully you guys have learned a little bit more on the complex nature going into Epic Games, as Epic Games takes care of GOG. As you're seeing, Amazon is taking care of Epic Games. You see what I'm saying? When we help each other, we're going to be able to grow in the system. As you're seeing Epic Games as a relation to Amazon. You're not seeing the Amazon icon inside of ElderScrollsOnline.com. However, you are seeing Epic Games. You're seeing that like a parent company, like siblings. Epic Games and Amazon are basic siblings. The reason why we don't see Amazon is because Amazon is a more complex computerized program. And when you understand that Amazon is connected to Elder Scrolls, but they're not seen in ElderScrollsOnline.com, you'll understand how Amazon and Epic Games is connected together. I got the explanation point. It's kind of like I'm explaining here off the two communication sites of Facebook and Twitter. Twitter and Facebook have two computerized programs. Facebook might have the mainframe running off of Macintosh, for example. Twitter might have a Macintosh as the mainframe computer. Twitter might have a Microsoft device as the mainframe component. You don't know that. And if the company is seeing that the company has to switch over to a Macintosh, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have technicians that are qualified in the computerized program that is being used. What I've suggested as the two Go programs in Vesta and Zos. What I'm suggesting for Vesta is having an Apple device as the mainframe program, whereas Zos having Microsoft device as the mainframe component. This is going to lead us further and developing the desired effect that we're looking for. When we first get into a program, you're going to be confused if you go into a program that you've never gone into before. If you've gone into a program more and more, you're going to be able to get more involved in the program. It's just exactly like school education. You have to be educated. And with education, comes where you are able to get a license. When you're qualified, you have a license, and that's what we need is we need licenses. On a deeper level, you don't have to have a license for some things. In a certain program such as Xbox or PlayStation, if you are if you are selling an Xbox console, you're going to have a license to sell an Xbox console. The reason for licenses is because the codes are required to use inside of the programs, and those codes have to be sold. And what I'm talking about in a legal aspect, we need contracts in order to actually produce the codes that give the codes to where the AI gives the information that we're looking for. Over in Facebook or over in Twitter, that's an important thing for us to understand in live communications. When you're looking at a live stream, you have no idea how many components are working together. We need we need the basic three-part components to work for us in order to see these things, whether it's an offline stream or a online stream. In live streaming, that's the online side. And in the offline streaming, that's the offline side. When you look over into Sky Oblivion and when you get in a deeper level on what I'm talking about, the online side of Sky Oblivion is dealing with ESO, whereas the offline side of Sky Oblivion is dealing with the offline side. Does that make more sense? The offline side is not has not yet been realized. There's a deeper level that we need to understand on the PTS server. The PTS server is a major component for ElderScrollsOnline.com. If you don't have the PTS server, such as a laptop, a basic either a Microsoft component or an Apple component. If you're running a PTS server, like for example, you're going to want to have a Macintosh or a PC. So we have about 15 minutes to go in here. There's not much that can be done in GOG right now. The actual app has been downloaded, and this is being prepared right now as the system is being maintenance. So how long that will take, I don't know. I wasn't able to look into GOG too quickly. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a quick break, and hopefully you guys are enjoying your drive here today, learning a lot about Elder Scrolls and a little bit about the technical aspects. I'll be right back.